if you were a better man, why not go get a woman who doesn't have a man? If you're so freaking great, if you're so good at your game, if you built yourself up, if you built up your money, you built up your status, you built up your body, and you made everything right, why on earth do you need to go take an occupied woman? Then we got people within that same sphere talking about the collapse of Western society and morality and how women act and this, that, the other. We want virgins. We want like moral women. We want women who don't cheat. You are creating an environment of, and then complaining about an environment of, they got good at being men, but they did not become good men.
Who?
Let me say that again. They got good at being men, but they did not become good men.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back. Let's get right into it.
It's unarguable that for the most part, on a just raw, when you look at it on a raw level, red pill ideology improves men. It improves men. This cannot be denied. But at the same time, I mean, it tells guys get in shape, get your money right, get confident, get your game up, all this type of stuff. And that's fine. I'm still okay with that message. But one thing that I'm not okay with is the fact that a lot of people in the red pill world hold, and it is true, that red pill ideology has no morality to it. And this is true. Red pill ideology is more of a human sciences. It's like, and really that's what it is. That's what was really appealing to me about it. Because like I said, I am a nerd, and so I really geeked out on it, especially the human sciences, human behavior, this type of other stuff. Back before I was Muslim and I'd go to clubs, I'd literally go to the club and I'd sit in the back of the room and watch everybody. I was that creepy guy just watching dudes from the corners and the shadows. And I was really like, yo, look at this person. Why are you acting like that? Why are you doing that? I can't make sense of it. You're the popular guy. You're the popular girl. Why are you behaving this way? And it didn't make sense.
My guy at the club just taking out his notes, be like, yo, hold up, bro. Let me write this down.
At the time, because there wasn't a clear understanding of the need and the desire for external validation like there is today. So anyway, going back on topic, my little rant there, my little off topic rant. So the human sciences I geeked out on, it's true. It's just all human sciences. This behavior leads to that. This behavior leads to that. If you put this specific input, you get this, specific output. If you put this general input, you get this general or specific output. It's all about human behavior from a raw scientific, perspective. And if you don't think it's scientific, then you haven't really delved into the red pill world, because all it is men sharing notes on their experiences with women. Mm-hmm. And then what happens when men geek stuff up and they sign stuff out, we get really good at it. That's why we, as the weakest species on the planet, are the most dominant species on the planet, because we was like lion, tigers, and bears. He's got thick skin. Oh yeah. How do we get through thick skin? We make a knife. We make a gun. We do this because people are good at combining notes and information, humans, and then coming out with some sort of solution to it. And that's what red pill did. It gave men solutions because men came together universally on the internet in millions and combined their experiences with women. And it was like, okay, there's a pattern here. And that pattern led to solutions. And here we are. So anyway, the lack of morality. So what happened is I watch men come in. They got better, but then they got worse. They got better as men. They got good at being men, but they did not become good men.
Who?
Let me say that again. They got good at being men, but they did not become good men. Now, I don't care what anybody says. I understand the desire for women. I absolutely do. I don't care what Muslims say about Abuamerican. I love women. Women are great on multiple levels in their own special way. That's not to pedestalize them. That's not to say this. They're these great angelic beings or whatever else. They're humans. But we have been ingrained as men to have a specific desire for women, unless obviously you're the rainbow, alphabet people. Then you like men, and we can't be friends. I'm just saying. I understand the attraction to women, and I understand that men want women. This is not something I'm in denial about. And this is one of the problems that I catch with, Muslim Twitter and the Muslim world. It's like, guys want to act like we're angels, or women are angels. Like women don't have sexual desires. Like they don't have sexual desires. Like they don't like women or something. And just, they're flying around with these harps and wings, and halos. And it's like, dude, get the frick out of here. I'm not saying we got to sit around and talk about your bedroom action. That's not what I'm saying. But let's not deny that desire is a play for women. Now, what Red Pill World does, hey, what's up, Sir Anthony? Good to see you again. So what Red Pill did was it granted men a way to attract women and, do it very well. It scienced up female attraction, and men found out how to attract women, even if only temporarily, AKA one night stands. Now, obviously, I don't take part in that. I'm Muslim. We're Muslims. I don't encourage that. But this comes into why I talk about Red Pill Rod. So what happens was men got good at getting women, and they got good at one night stands. And it was just like everything was on their plate. The platter was just laid out, and they're just like, wow, they're feasting now. They're getting everything they wanted that they couldn't get before. Guys who got up to 35, 36, never touched a woman, didn't even smell the back of her kneecap, is now banging 3, 4, 5, 6 women a week. Literally, that's what changed in guys' lives. Now, imagine you see this guy come into the Red Pill world. He learns what he needs to learn. He starts living that new life. He became a better man, obviously, because women found him more attractive. But he did not become a better man. Yes, it is part of there. Yes, it is. Absolutely. So anyway, then came into this lack of morality and nihilism. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And with this came two things: a lack of morality and nihilism. The lack of morality is what concerns me the most, because I'm a Muslim. And at the end of the day, we answer to Allah. I don't care if you believe or not. I believe. You're going to die. You're going to face Allah. Point, fact, period, blank. If I teach you something evil and you use evil, I'm accountable. You're accountable. We all get in trouble for it. But I'm getting in extra trouble because I taught you and then you went out and did it. So not only do I get the evil of teaching you evil, but I get the evil that you did too, because I taught you how to do it and then you went out and did it. And whether we accept or whether we claim or whether we state that, Red Pill ideology and some of it, it has no morality attached to it, we are moral beings. You can't take that away. We're not animals. And this is where I abjectly, reject the concept that we can just say it's a pure science. We can't just say it's a pure science. We can't say that about anything. The Nazis, arguably, they conducted science experiments. A lot of the, I come from an Air Force family. A lot of the survival techniques and technology that pilots have in their planes today that have significantly increased their survival rate after a crash in a fighter plane come from the Nazis doing experiments on the Jews during the Second World War, putting them in the ice cold water, finding out what kind of material they could wear that would help them survive, float longer in water. If a pilot got shot down over the English Channel during the winter, how could our pilots, because pilots were hard to train in World War II. You had a war to fight and then train pilots. And, if you had a good pilot who had a malfunction in his plane or he got shot down for once, you would want to get that guy back in the air as soon as possible. You wouldn't just say, screw it, he died, let's go train somebody else. No, he's a good pilot. And he has experience that he can train new pilots with. And he can go up and shoot down 10 planes, with his one. Unlike the new guy who's going to go get shot down in 5 minutes. And so that's a science. They were arguably conducting science. But there's a morality. There's the question of morality. Was it right to be experimenting on women, children, innocent people who can't protect themselves? You could have took captives from the war. I'd absolutely call it abhorrent, whatever else. I would be fine with a prisoner of war being experimented on. You went to war against your enemy and now he's experimenting on you. Hey, you know what? That's what it is. He's your enemy. Don't expect mercy, but don't show any either. It is what it is. But you don't do this stuff to women and children and non-combatants. There is a morality that has to be practiced amongst humanity. And so now I'm watching guys come into the Red Pill world. They're learning how to bang women, this, that, the other. And it's not just the guy's fault. I'm not blaming guys here because there's women out there that want to get banged. they're not alone in this, you know. It's just these guys got good at it, finding them, you know, pushing them over the edge to, like, you know, maybe take action on a behavior that they wouldn't do before. Where's the morality? Are we dogs? Let a dog loose with other dogs, or a cat loose with other cats in heat or in heat season. What do? They just screw and screw and screw and eat and sleep and screw and eat and sleep. Well, is that what we are? Are we boiling ourselves now as humans down to nothing but genitalia, stomachs, and beds? See, I find it very animalistic, and I find it, like, you know, I find it to be, you know, somewhat subhuman behavior.
All right. That's 50% done. Give me your thoughts so far, bro.
Well, so far what he said in the beginning when he used to go to the club and watch people, that's called people watching. I do that a lot. It's a very meditative practice, but at the same time, like, you start to see people's behavior, and it's weird, bro. It's really weird. If you haven't done it, I highly urge you to do that. But he's speaking truth, bro. He's speaking truth. You know, Red Pill teaches us how to, well, not even teaches us, but it makes us be better at being men, like he said, but it doesn't make us good men, bro. Like, and I'm just like thinking back to the time when I was in Red Pill and I didn't have Islam. And like all the people that I used to watch on YouTube, and like just the weird things that I would think in my head, and like the weird things I would do around other people to make myself out to be something that maybe I wasn't, maybe to have more power, maybe to be more alpha, maybe to just get more women and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, I learned all that, but that didn't necessarily make me a good man. You know what I'm saying?
Side question, bro. When you were in Red Pill, what level of alpha did you get up to?
What levels are we talking about?
Well, there's only 5 levels of alpha. What did you get up to?
I didn't even know there were 5 levels of alpha.
Damn, bro, you suck, bro. I got to level 6, bro.
Fortunately, I'm perfectly fine with desires and desiring women. But if you're not going to, like, have any degree of morality to you, then what separates us as humans from animals? Just a few fancy words and opposable thumbs? Is that it? Really? But after that, we're just going to act like, you know, we're chimps in the field? I find that problematic. That's me personally. And no disrespect to anybody who's in the Red Pill world, you know, the guys who help guys be guys. But, you know, this comes now, like I said, let's come back to the morality. And the morality, the second part. Now, after a while, this wasn't in the beginning. What I'm about to say, it wasn't at the start of when I entered the Red Pill world.
The nihilism.
The whole concept that banging other people's wives and married women was fine. When I came into the Red Pill world, you never heard this talk. Then all of a sudden it was like this whole thing. Well, if you don't have sex with her, somebody else will. Because now they were talking about monkey branching and how women cheat and this, that, the other. And then the guy should go out and like be banging other people's wives and all this type of stuff. And I'm just like, man, what the frick are you people? And then at that point, I was just like, you know what? I just really don't want anything to do with you guys. I don't want my name associated with people who think and talk like this. What? Just because a hoo-ha's available, you got to smash it now? Well, if I don't bang that guy's wife, somebody else will. Okay, fine. We'll be that. Let somebody else do it. Have some freaking dignity and pride about yourself. You're supposed to, you know, these guys, they taught all these men how to be better men, which they did, and then they didn't become better men. Because if you were a better man, why not go get a woman who doesn't have a man? If you're so freaking great, if you're so good at your game, if you built yourself up, if you built up your money, you built up your status, you built up your body, and you made everything right, why on earth do you need to go take an occupied woman? Go find a woman who's not occupied. You're good. You're great. You got game on. You got your money right. Your body's right. I'm just like, what the frick are you people doing?
Yo, pause it.
Just, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, I got to say something too, but go on.
Yeah. So this is what I was talking about, where if you look at the Red Pill and the dudes that are, you know, teaching and giving their ideologies and their praxeologies and all this stuff. I don't know if praxeology is the right word to use there, but plus, these people, bro, they're making it these evil acts, these just like
Immoral.
Immoral, bro. Thank you. Jazakallah khair. This immoral acts is like them making it out to be like something good and something sought after. Whereas like I know that at some point I used to actually think, if this girl is dating this guy and I'm coming around them and then she starts like showing me more attention, or that automatically lets me know that her man is a cuckold, and it automatically lets me know that I could steal her from his man, and that gave my ego like this high. And then if I did it, astaghfirullah, I never did that. But if I did it, I probably would have had this huge ego high where it's like, yeah, like I did that, you know. But it's like, how does that help? What does that do for anyone?
Bro, I want to say that like people don't understand this, but and I don't advise this whatsoever. Just like Anha does not advise this at all because we're Muslim. We don't, First of all, we don't even hook up with women. We marry them, but let alone we don't hook up with women that are taken preoccupied, right? But if you go after a woman who has a man, you are basically sub-communicating that you are so good. I want you so bad. I see you as so valuable to the chick that despite you having a man, I'm still gonna risk it all. Like despite all these single women out there, I'm still gonna go for you. And women subconsciously know that. That look how much he wants me. Like despite me being with a man, there's no moral. And here's the thing: if she cheats on her man with you, and you take her, she's gonna cheat on you with someone else.
Jeez, yo, I know this one guy who. Okay, so I'm gonna place different characters in the story so I don't reveal who these people are. But I know this one guy who was with this one girl. Okay, they were together for like 2-3 years. As far as it seemed, they loved each other. Like, they really loved each other. And then the girl ends up cheating on him with this other guy. When the girl cheats on him with the other guy, she leaves the man that she's with, that she's been with for like 2-3 years, and then she's now with this new guy. And
Guys, for those of you watching, the new guy is Anha.
no, it's not me. It's not me. But I did talk to the new guy, and I talked to the old guy. When I talked to the new guy, I remember a few months in, he started getting really jealous, really insecure. He had all these thoughts that now she was cheating on him. And I told him, I was like, bro, she cheated on the other guy to be with you, right? He was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, what makes you think she's not going to cheat on you to be with the next guy? And sure enough, bro, that's exactly what she was doing.
Then we got people within that same sphere talking about the collapse of Western society and morality and how women act and this, that, the other. We want virgins. We want like moral women. We want women who don't cheat. You are creating an environment of, and then complaining about an environment of. This is what the red pill world, in my eyes, has done. A bunch of guys who want, women who are moral and ethical, but at the same time they want. So I want my girl to be a virgin. I want her to be like this. I want her to be young. I want her to be like this. And then you spend all your time learning how to basically bed young women that you wouldn't want in a relationship with, that you wouldn't want to be in a relationship with. Oh, Western society's going all to hell. The Muslims are taking over. Well, yeah, obviously we're not running around like a bunch of dang animals in the street. I'm going to bang this. Oh, look at her. I'm going to go bang that. You're just running up and down the streets acting like an absolute savage. Excuse me if I can't get behind that. I just can't. I can't. I don't even know if I'd be behind that before I was Muslim. I don't know if I would be, but I definitely, as a Muslim now, I couldn't get behind it. And so what I saw was a group of men. I saw guys enter into the red pill world, become completely different animals, and then come out of it better, but worse. And I was like, man, what is this? And then the second part that came was the nihilism. So we talked about the morality, right? Now let's talk about the nihilism. So these guys, some of these guys, there's a few guys in specific, but I'm not going to mention their names. They came in and they literally, within a year, increased their sexual notch count with women by like over 100 in a year. There's 365 days in a year. And these guys would like bed over 100 women in a year from one day to the next. You ain't doing nothing else. There's 300 days in a year. I got stuff to do. What the? Are you crazy? So anyway, these guys, obviously, with their success with women, they've taken on the idea that you can bang married women. It's okay to bang married women, this, that, the other, blah, 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 blah. And eventually what happens? Your subconscious starts playing at your head. Well, if I get married, my wife's going to cheat on me. Because that's the world he's in, a world of cheating with other people's wives. And so in his mind, any wife is going to
That's exactly what you said, my guy.
cheat. There's no moral women in his mind. Now nihilism strikes. Women are just all horrors. They're all bad. They're all this. They're all that. They're all blah, 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 ha, ha, ha. And then all you hear is now how bad women are and how horrible they are. And, this, that, the other. And I'm just going to, ride the, what is it? Ride the decline, enjoy the decline. That's what it is. And now just imagine an entire society of guys enjoying the decline. No, there maybe was a decline, but you created a landslide. Because now there's not just like 100 guys talking about enjoy the decline. Now there's like 100,000 or 1 million guys talking about enjoy the decline. You are the decline. It's red pill rot. You come into it, you remove morality, everything goes bad after that. You will not historically find in anthropology, history, anywhere, any society or culture in the world that was successful or is successful that did not have a foundation of religion or belief that had morality back behind it. And when you let go of that, what do you get? The alphabet people pimping out little kids, calling them drag kids. You got drag story hour with kids. Understand, red pill is like all part of this. It helps improve men, but it's all part of the whole, like, hey, you know what? Downhill with society. Just do what you want to do. No morality. Don't attach morality to anything. And a society cannot stand in that like mentality or in that way. Why do you think the Chinese are doing so well? The Chinese are a homogenous society. You know why the Chinese hate and attack Muslims and Christians and everybody else who like doesn't share their ideology? Because it's homogeneity of culture. You can't have multiple cultures and ideas all functioning within one society that's going to go one unison, in one direction as a unison. So what do you think a lack of morality does? Anybody who call themselves red pill in China would probably end up like in a cage with the Uyghur Muslims. You probably would, because they're going to be like, hey, you know what? You ain't dragging us down with us. We got plans to take over the world. You can't do that. You can't do that if you run with an ideology that removes the morality out of human behavior. You can't do it. It's impossible. It's impossible. And so when anybody talks about the decline of the West is falling apart, saving the West, you can't save the West. It's all the same. You're all the same people. I want to save the West, but I want freedom for everybody to choose to do whatever they want. You know what? No, you can't do whatever you want. There's no freedom to do whatever you want. There's morals, there's limits, there's boundaries. Islam, we have them. They're very clear, to the point that if you're in Islamic State, some of those boundaries can get you. Like, you want to go sleep with another guy's wife? You want to find a good way to end up on the bad side of a rock? A couple hundred rocks, probably. Why? Because that can destroy a society. This is why, generally, I don't know about now, but before in Saudi Arabia, there was crimes against society, which would get you killed, like drug dealing. And there was crimes against families, like murders, that the family could forgive you or not. That's because that was a crime against an individual and crimes against society. Crimes against societies in the past would get you killed. Individual families, they might forgive you, they might not.
Yo, I just got to add something real quick. That's why in the Quran, when we study it, like every single thing that is haram affects the family. Every single thing that is haram, for us, Sahabi talked about it on our episode, destroys the family. Drinking, zina, adultery, promiscuity, every single thing that is haram destroys the family. And family creates society. Society proliferates Islam. That's why we don't take this lightly.
Has to be morality. And there has to be consequences. And when you just have a situation where it's like, oh, we can do whatever we want, it's freedom. Hey, if nobody bangs that guy's wife, if I don't bang that guy's wife, nobody will, whatever else. And so when I saw like droves of guys coming in and going out like this, it was pretty clear that this is now like almost, it's going mainstream now. It's a societal movement now. We literally have like an entire stratification of men, where you got certain guys here and certain guys here, you know, and you got the guys here talking about the betas and the betas talking about these guys, and it's like, you all suck. You all suck. Because the betas need to be better men, and these guys, they need to be better men. But there has to be a middle ground somewhere. And that middle ground has to be morality. Become a better guy. Get what you want. Get the women you want. This is why I say, as Abuamerican, go get the women you want. Not just one. Get 2, get 3,
There's
get
1
4.
minute left.
Yeah.
Get 4 women if you want. But stay out that dirt, man. Stay out of the dirt. Follow the rules of Islam. Follow the rules that Allah said for you, and it'll go right. Because there has to be morality attached to your behavior. It can't just be running around like a bunch of savage monkeys or animals. It can't be. We can't do this. We can't do it. And no matter what anybody says, the moment you say there's no morality to red pill ideology, which you hear all the time, which is true, people I respect say it. And that's their right to say that, you know, if they want to say it, you know, but I disagree with them respectfully and emphatically. But the moment you say that, you become part of that decline automatically, because you're saying there's no morality to this. So when there's no morality, there's no barrier. When there's no barrier, anything goes. Bang the guy's wife. Do this, do that, do this, do this. Bang 100 girls and then complain that there's nothing but
You can be red pill. I'm not like, anyone watching this. I'm not telling you you can't be red pill. You can be red pill. You can get some value from red pill. I'm not denying that. I don't want anything to do with it. You know, I got Islam.
Mm-hmm. It goes back to what I was saying, bro. When I was in red pill, the people teaching it, they're trying to teach you how to be like the alpha and all that stuff. And it's like he said, you got these dudes who are beta, they need to be better men, but then you got these dudes who think they're alpha, but they need to be better men as well. So, and that's not to say that, hey, we are alpha men, Muslims are alpha men. This is just saying, like, listen, if you're alpha, you don't gotta say you're alpha. And these terminologies are set to the animals. So if you act as an animal, then okay, halas. Go ahead, identify yourself with that terminology. But if you strive to act further than the animals, then those terminologies are kind of non-existent, you know?
I mean, Ikhwan. Guys, if you made it this far, smash that like button, comment down below, hashtag. What should the hashtag be for this one, bro?
Hashtag body language. Because, bro, I love this brother for the sake of Allah, man. Abuamerican. I don't know if you noticed it, but he has his own little charisma. And that's what I love about people, is that if you just pay attention to them, they have certain quirks, or they have like just certain energy, certain charisma. And everyone's just different, bro. I love that. And he had his own little vibe there. I don't know if you caught on to it.
And guys, if you're wondering, can Muslims really benefit from the red pill, even an ounce, if so ever, then check out our podcast that's going to air on Friday with Sister Naima. It's going to be a live premiere on, is red pill even necessary to Muslims? Should we even use red pill? If so, how do we? Stay tuned till Friday to find out. And until next time, Allahumma atina fid dunya hasanatan wa fil akhirati hasanatan wa qina adhaban nar.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, boy.